Hey guys, what's going on? Joseph Ulmer here, and as you can see, it's a nice sunny day. It's a little bright out here this morning, but I've got a set of side steps back here that we're going to put on this truck this morning. Now, here's a couple reasons why I'm going to put side steps on the truck. I love the way it looks without them, don't get me wrong, and I'm sure a lot of you other guys do. But this, keep in mind, now I know it's dirty, she needs a bath. Keep in mind this is a 20-year-old truck, so look at how nice, this is the original seat, and the reason I'm putting side steps on here is because both these seats look just as good. But what's going to happen, and you can already see the creases here in the foam, this foam will get broken down from climbing in and out of this truck without a step up here, because you kind of have to, no matter how hard you try, you're still kind of sliding across this seat when you climb up and in, or when you spin around to jump out, and it just compresses the foam on the edge of these seats and it kills the cushions. So that's one of the reasons I'm installing it. The second is to keep from tracking as much crap in the truck, because when you step up on the side step, it gives you a chance to knock your shoes off before you get into the truck, so it keeps a lot of this moisture and junk out of your floorboard. So floor liners are good for that, but having that step also helps. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what I have are these DZ tubular side steps. I've purchased these off of Amazon for, I believe it came out like $145 with tax, and they are the gloss black, and they're supposed to be a no drill installation. So I'm going to get them up on the truck bed, get them unpackaged, and I'll bring you back and show you what comes in the kit. So I've got everything opened up and laid out here on the bed. You've got your left and right tube steps. They come with these nice rubber caps on here that they do say remove before installation, so we're going to make sure we want to pull these off before we install them. We have our mounting brackets, and they're all stamped. Like this one, passenger front, passenger rear, driver front, all our hardware, which I've laid out and sorted to make it easier. I pull it. They don't come with the tools, but I grabbed the two sockets I'm going to need, which is a 19 and a 16, and a 16 millimeter wrench, and a ratchet to match, and then we've got our installation instructions. So these four bolts, those four flat washers and those four lock washers are what actually attach the tube steps to the brackets. The smaller bolts and corresponding hardware is what we're going to use to attach the brackets to the truck itself. So I'm going to grab a piece of cardboard to lay on so I don't have to lay in the snow, and we're going to get down under the truck and start getting the driver brackets mounted up. Down underneath on the driver's side, and hopefully you can see this okay, but there are, for the front bracket, there's two holes in the pinch weld from the factory. There's a hole right there, and there's a hole right here. Now we're going to disregard this hole, and as you can see, unfortunately there is a little bit of rust here. I've coated it. I've treated this with fluid film already, and we're going to, once this snow passes, we're going to retreat it, but not a big deal at the moment. We're going to have to just cope. Now, first thing we need is our, before we put the spacer up there, we need to take a clip nut, and it's going to slide, hopefully, with any luck, right in there and line up with the front hole. Sometimes that's easier said than done. Let me grab a straight screwdriver, that'll help. Sometimes if you get in there with a screwdriver and expand the clip nut a little bit, or get behind it and just give her a push. There we go. Come on. There we go. Now she's like I said, sometimes they're not the most cooperative things in the world. Alright, now we got it lined up that hole. So, we want to take our spacer, and it should sit like that. And then we want to find our driver front bracket. And to make this even easier, we're going to take a bolt, lock washer, flat washer, and then we could take our get that bolt started in the clip nut. Sometimes you like to wiggle them around to get them to line up. We're just going to put, oh bloody blazes. We're just going to put a flat washer on the bolt, and we're going to spin these around into position, and we're going to slide our bolt through the hole in the pinch weld, through the spacer into the bracket, just like that. And then we need a flat washer, a lock washer, and a nut for each one. And flat washers go on. Lock washers go on. And we'll get our nuts started. I don't want to tighten these up yet because I want to get the rear bracket on and get the step mounted. That way if I need to slide this to line up with the hole in the step, we can move it. So we're going to slide back here to the back, and we're going to get our rear bracket on. Here in the rear, we're going to use this hole in the body. We have one clip nut. Oh, don't drop that in there. Yeah, it's easy enough to fish back out, but it just makes... We need to put one clip nut in line with that hole. Oops, too far. One more. Gosh, dang it. There we go. One in line with that hole. One in line with the rear hole. Just like that. Then take two bolts with flat washers. Like this. Come through from the bottom. And our bracket. So before we put that up there, I'm going to get my last two bolts for this side with lock washers and flat washers for the upper holes. So I got those ready to go. Then I can rest with the lower bolts through the holes. I can rest them while I get the upper one started. And like I said, sometimes you got to wiggle them around a little bit to help line the clip nut up with the holes. So try not to drop crap. And then, before we tighten anything up, so I grabbed two of the large bolts. I grabbed two of the large bolts with lock washers and flat washers to mount the tube, or the tube step. And there's a D here for driver, right here on the inside. But you want, the easiest way to check is you want the step pad to line up roughly with the seat in the truck. And then I'm going to do our best to hold it up here with one hand and start our bolt with the other. And then I need to go to the front and do the same. Now I need to grab my big socket that I forgot. Okay, so up here on the front, if I can scoot up. First thing we're going to do is just snug these up. I'm going to snug one of the rear ones up as well. And then we're going to get these run most of the way in so we can get a better look at them. Well, I don't know how much you caught because my camera acted up. Battery died. But I got these mounted. Everything is tight on the driver's side. These holes are slotted so you can level it out with the rocker panels. We tightened up the rear brackets. Got everything mounted. Now I'm going to jump over and get the passenger side knocked out, and I'll bring you back and show you what it looks like. Well guys, it's a little bit later on. Hopefully my camera battery is good enough to finish this up. The sun's in a little bit different spot, but you can see what the steps look like underneath the truck. Got this side installed. They're actually really nice and sturdy. They fit real well. And it'll be nice having them on there to keep from tearing up the seats climbing in and out. Give you something else to step on, a place you kind of kick your boots off going in. So you can see how they've gotten a little dirty. I had to run into town. So guys, do me a favor. I hope you liked the video. If you have any questions, drop down in the comments. Please rate, subscribe, share this video. And don't forget, get out there, get your hands dirty. You might have a little fun doing it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.